Hello everyone, today's January 18th, and this is the second video I made. I'm not sure what I did wrong yesterday, that there was no audio quality, so I went in the computer and, for lack of a better term, I just clicked a few buttons and fixed it. I don't know how I fixed it. But episodes like this are opportunities for growth and learning. And what do we learn from it? Always make a test video to sample your audio and visual quality before posting it on YouTube. At any rate, I hope you're all doing well. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the introductions last week and where we're going right now. Fascinating reading many of your introductions. Such a wide variety of people in here, and that's one of the things I really enjoy about teaching these classes. I get such a diverse group of people, not just academic backgrounds, but life experience as well. Some of that was evident in your statements, your philosophies of education. Like I said, no right, wrong answer. But interesting to note some commonalities. Most common theme, they're large explanations for education. Philosophy is a way of looking at the world, but also trying to understand how change takes place. Framework for decision making. And many of those things were evident in your statements. Let's see. The counter argument. I'd encourage you to go to the learning module on the counter argument. There's a lot of information there that will be useful for you. At the top of the page, you'll find the journal article that everyone will use for their counter argument. Same article for everyone. It should be right at the top of that learning module. You'll also find a lot of sources on how to critically read a philosophy paper and how to write a response to a philosophy paper. In this case, what you're writing is a counter-argument. You're going to identify weaknesses in the author's paper, ways of thinking, view, and then amass evidence to support your position. And keep in mind, you want to write this using scholarly support. A really important thing is always have some kind of scholarly support for any conclusion you make. So you show that you can connect your ideas to the world out there. And that's really essential at this stage. So one other thing I was going to mention about the philosophy article. No, come to me. Oh, somebody asked if I could. Oh, there is. Somebody asked about a sample counter argument, and there's one there already that I think you'll find very useful. Let's see. Discussions. You have a lot of freedom how you use the discussions. You can find something particular out of the readings for that week that you want to discuss, bring up, that resonates with you. You can discuss them as a whole, as a large sum. You can talk about how something you read for that week you find evident in your real life. The idea that these ideas exist outside of just books. So you have a lot of freedom how you use those discussions, as long as it's connected to the readings and or the topic for that week, and you respond to someone else, you'll get full credit. One of the quirks of Blackboard, I don't know why this is I assign a letter grade. Pardon me. I assign a letter grade for your participation each week. And when I set it, it's on a scale of 0 to 5.0. A, I think, should mean 5.0. For some reason in Blackboard, an A means 4.975 or something like that. It doesn't mean 5.0. So if you see a letter grade A, that's fine. If it shows up as a number form and you see a 4.975, please understand in my grade book, the one I have here, I record those as a 5.0 full credit. So to me, an A is 5.0. I don't know why Blackboard does that. I find it a really confusing feature, especially for you as students. But for me, A means full credit. Let's see, anything else I wanted to cover? Where we're going. We begin looking at ancient Greece. And that's so important because most people consider ancient Greece the starting point of Western civilization. One of the things you'll find as you go through the readings is the questions they look at are the very same questions that we continue to discuss now. For example, how do we educate people to be responsible citizens in a democratic republic, which is what we are, a democratic republic? How do we balance individuality with the need for some level of conformity so that we make society function? There is a spectrum. You can overemphasize individuality, but you do so at the need of conformity and any kind of social cohesion and stability. On the other hand, we don't want people to be robots. We want them to be able to think for themselves, express themselves. That's how art, inventions, new technology happens. Same discussion was going on 3,000 years ago. It's going on today, which is really important for us to think about. If we think about that deeply, what it means is the human brain, who we are as human beings, we haven't really evolved all that much in the last 3,000 years. We're essentially the same physical, cognitive beings we were 3,000 years ago. What has changed about us is our ability to master technology, especially, if you think about it, our ability to wage war and destroy each other. So while our mastery of technology has increased, our cognitive abilities, our self-restraint really hasn't, which is a very sobering thought, but something to keep in mind. As we go through the course, we'll look at different explanations, and you'll find some strengths, weaknesses to pretty much all of them. I think that was about what I wanted to cover for this week. I'll post these once a week, usually at the beginning of the week. I would have done this yesterday, but obviously the audio didn't work. If you have questions, please reach out to me. I'd be glad to meet, talk phone, Zoom, email. My preferred method, if you live here, if you're nearby, is face-to-face. My favorite way is just to get out of the office and go over to Starbucks and talk over a cup of coffee. I find that so nice to get out of the office, away from the formality, much more conversational and relaxed. If you can't, that's fine, whatever format works. My office hours, Mondays, Wednesdays, noon to 3. If you're going to drop by, please call because I may not be there. Sometimes I'm on a lot of dissertation committees, and sometimes those will overlap with my office hours. But if you do happen to be in the building and you have a question, you don't need to make an appointment. Just see if the office is they're open. If I'm in, the door's open. And if the office hours don't work, I'm sure we can find a time during the course of the week that will. So be proactive. Call me. If you have a question about something, call as soon as you can. I would rather we figure it out early than late in the semester when you might not have time to adjust, accompany it. All right, then, let's see. We'll continue with the readings discussion for this week. I look forward to seeing all your posts, and I'll be in touch. Have a good week, everyone. Bye for now.